Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Talavera and I will be covering my cultural video assignment. In this video, I will be covering my cultural background, race, religious beliefs, views on society and health practices, as well as my connection to language. To start off, I am 23 years old and I was born and raised here in Miami, Florida. I have been a nurse for over a year and have been working in a neuromed surg unit. Some of my favorite hobbies include going to the beach, working out, and playing video games. I also have a passion for travel and adventure. Recently, I visited Colorado Springs and took part in some incredible hiking tours. One of the most challenging hikes I did was called the Manitou Incline. This incline consists of 2,768 steps and a 2,000-foot elevation gain, bringing it to an altitude of 8,573 feet. Although I underestimated how tough it would be, I thoroughly enjoyed the experience. Hiking pushes both the mind and body to keep going, and I find that very rewarding. Looking ahead, I plan to continue hiking and have even set a goal of conquering Pikes Peak. Staying adventurous and challenging myself in new ways is something I strive for in life. I will now be covering my birthplace and cultural background. Like I said earlier in the video, I was born and raised here in Miami, Florida. Miami is a vibrant and culturally diverse city that has played a big role in shaping who I am today. Growing up in Miami, I was exposed to many different cultures, but my identity has always been deeply rooted in my Hispanic background. On my father's side, I have Cuban and Puerto Rican heritage, while on my mother's side, I have African American and Puerto Rican roots. This mix has given me a rich cultural tapestry that I carry with me in all areas of my life. The culture I most identify with is Hispanic. My family and surroundings play a significant role in keeping me connected to my heritage. They continue to celebrate the culture through traditional foods, musics, and gatherings, all of which I deeply cherish. I will now be covering my race section. When it comes to race, I do identify as white. However, my Hispanic background has greatly influenced how I view myself and the world. Coming from a family with Cuban, Puerto Rican, and African American heritage, I was immersed in a rich blend of diverse traditions, values, and cultural practices. These experiences have shaped my perspective on life, giving me a deep appreciation for family, culture, and religion. While I may identify as white racially, my cultural identity remains Hispanic woman. I will now be covering my religion section. In terms of religion, I am Catholic. Growing up, my family placed a lot of emphasis on faith, and it remains an important part of my life. That said, I'm not as consistent with attending church as I used to be as a kid, but this is something I plan to change within the new year. I want to reconnect with my faith and make it a bigger part of my daily life again. I've completed all my sacraments, which includes your baptism, your confirmation, and your communion. These hold great meaning to me as I hope to one day get married in a church. And in order for you to get married in a church, you do need all of your sacraments. As for society section, I view society as constantly evolving with each generation, adapting to new ideas, challenges, and culture changes. What once was considered the norm in one area can shiftly change in another. This reflects the changing values and priorities of the time. Today, we live in an era where younger generations are particularly vocal through many platforms, and they are passionate about important issues such as social justice, mental health, and equality. Influential movements have taken place throughout many states, and as well as the push for equality. And this has made a significant impact in shaping society as today. There has also been a stronger focus on breaking the stigma surrounding mental health, encouraging people to prioritize their well being, whether it's mentally or physically, and to seek help when needed. Additionally, technology continues to play a transformative role in every aspect of life, including healthcare and nursing. This helps us improve communication, efficiency, and patient care. I believe that embracing change is essential for growth and learning. It is through these shifts and challenges that we can build a more equitable, inclusive, and forward thinking society for the generations to come. I will now be covering my health practices section. Health practices are always evolving, particularly as new evidence based research and advancements in technology emerge. As a nurse, I've witnessed firsthand how healthcare continues to adapt to incorporate the latest findings, improving patient outcomes and quality of care. Technology, in particular, has revolutionized medical practices and surgeries, with innovations like robotics allowing for precise, minimally invasive procedures. These advancements not only reduce the risk of infection, but also lead to faster recoveries, enhancing the overall patient experience. However, one of the most vital aspects of healthcare remains understanding and respecting how cultural beliefs influence health practices. Each culture has its own unique perspectives on health, illness, and healing. For example, some cultures may prioritize holistic or natural remedies. They may value the use of herbs and traditional methods, while others place their trust more heavily in modern medicine. As nurses, it's our responsibility to be culturally competent, ensuring that we approach every patient with understanding and respect for the individual beliefs and practices. Furthermore, access to healthcare is a critical factor that directly impacts health outcomes. As we learned in our previous assignment regarding the 5 social determinants of health, continue to present a challenge, as not as everyone has equitable access to medical care. I believe it's essential for healthcare professionals and society to work toward the goal of providing access to quality care for everyone. I will now be covering my language section. Growing up in Miami, I was surrounded by Spanish, as it's such a prevalent language in the community, as we know. However, as it may seem, I primarily speak English and only understand bits and pieces of Spanish. That being said, learning Spanish is something I truly want to accomplish this year, and I even have started working towards this goal. Both my parents as well as my boyfriend speak Spanish, and they're very fluent. This has been a great resource for me as I try to pick up words and phrases now and then. I hope to continue practicing with them, as I know that becoming more fluent will not only benefit me in my personal life, but as well as my career as a nurse. As we know, healthcare being bilingual is a valuable skill. It allows you to connect more effectively with patients who may not speak English fluently, which is critical for ensuring they feel understood and cared for. Beyond my career, I see learning Spanish as a way to deepen my connection to my Hispanic roots and heritage. It's also an incredible useful skill when traveling to Spanish speaking countries, allowing me to gauge more fully with local cultures, and experiences. While I'm not there yet, I'm excited about the journey of learning Spanish and all the doors it will open for me both professionally and personally. I hope you all gained some insight regarding my background, culture, race, religion, and views on society and health. I believe it's important to reflect on our beliefs and remain open to change as we grow. My identity is deeply connected to my Hispanic roots, and I take pride in embracing the values and traditions that have been passed down through my family. These are traditions which I hope to carry forward and share with my own family one day, as I believe it's important to continue on your traditions. I want to thank you all for listening to my story and allowing me to share a part of who I am with you today.